Back at it here in the middle of the week. It is Wednesday, 26th day of June, 2024. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and it's Winning Wednesday. But we don't have that video anymore. We lost it. I don't know how. But we're going to have the time of our life giving away another $50 gift card from our friends at the Anvil Sandwich Company on Riverside Drive, right across the street from the park, right alongside the river. It's a beautiful location. They have outdoor dining. Best of all, they have good food, and I can personally attest to that because I've eaten there. It's good stuff. The Anvil Sandwich Company, they have these box lunches to go. A lot of downtown businesses and people who work along the river, they really like it. You call in advance and you order all the box lunches for all your coworkers. Go down there, pick them up. Don't have to worry about the lines. And you're right back at the office having a really good sandwich. And I have a $50 gift card from the Anvil Sandwich Company to give away to you or somebody. You got to enter. Send us your email, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. That's how you enter the contest. You send me an email. You know the rules by now. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and other media families are not eligible. Sorry, Jordan, you can't win. If you don't enter, you can't win. You can enter more than once if you have more than one email address, and a lot of people take advantage of that little loophole that I came up with a couple of years ago. We'll do the drawing later on today, maybe tomorrow. I'll give people all day to enter. Again, a $50 gift card to the Anvil Sandwich Company right on the river. Thank you very much to those good folks. There is a cold front on the way. Low pressure is not here yet, but it's coming. We got a few clouds out there. Things are going to be quite unsettled today. Take a look up north. Our friends in the Omak-Okanagan area, keep a very close eye out for the potential for some afternoon thunderstorms. And that means, of course, lightning, could get hail, could get some heavy rain in some locations. Rain we need, lightning we don't, and windy as well. Now, out in the Columbia Basin, as you can see along the I-90 corridor between Moses Lake and Ritzville, not a big chance of thunderstorms. Even here in the Wenatchee Valley, it's an outside chance. But up to the north of us, you got about a 40% chance of seeing a thunderstorm. It should, we'd all be happy if it was a 0% chance. But you people up north, watch out. Could get a pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon, and it's going to be windy, by the way, pretty much for everybody. I don't know if windy is the right word, more like breezy conditions. The whole forecast is coming up. We got news, we got sports. Mariners, wow, they're not doing real good right now. They at one point had a 10-game lead in the American League West. They don't anymore. But the Apple Sox won a key game last night. We like that. A nice victory for the Apple Sox. They got Kelowna one more time today. They're off on Thursday. And then the end of the first half of the season features 3 games on the road against the team that's chasing them, one of them anyway, Bellingham. And at the back half of the program, Austin Drade will be dropping by, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, because their schedule was released. Yesterday, I got a hold of Austin, said, "You want to talk about the upcoming slate of games for the Wenatchee Wild for year 2 in the Western Hockey League?" And Austin said, "No, I don't." I said, "Well, come down anyway." Austin Drade will be joining me in the back half of the program. 61 degrees. Let's do our tour around the valley. We've got some spectacular shots to show for you. As you can see, the clouds have rolled in. Now, this low pressure, which is moving into the area, is not quite here yet, but when it gets here, you're going to know it. Get those bugs. Somebody get those bugs out of the camera. You're going to know it when it gets here. So we're going to be cooler than yesterday. Not much. We had 87 yesterday. We'll be a couple of degrees cooler than that. The big cool down is going to be tomorrow. So get ready for that. Still 15 hours and 56 minutes of daylight, though. We like that. Let's head on up to Black Mountain, high above Peshastin, and take, oh, nope, we're going to Union Valley. Okay, that's fine. Union Valley works, too. It kind of looks like Black Mountain. Good morning to Union Valley. The orchards are sitting there doing their thing. Don't know how the cherry harvest is going this year. Maybe I should, now that I mention it, but I don't know. But good morning to our friends in Union Valley on the North Shore of Lake Chelan, looking up the lake. Can't quite make out the lake from that view. Next up on our tour around the area, Bill E. Goat. Now, it doesn't look like they have as many clouds up there as we have down here, but as we already showed you, up in that area, you got about a 40% chance of a late afternoon thunderstorm. The atmosphere is going to be very unstable for the next couple of days, and this time of the year with these long days, long warm days, that is prone to happen. And now I think we're heading to Black Mountain. There you go. There's Blag. Good morning to Leavenworth. You're down there, Leavenworth. Still snow up in the Cascades. It looks like Leavenworth's clouds are a little bit lower and a little bit thicker than what we have here in the Wenatchee Valley. And for the most part, we're going to see partly sunny skies. So it's going to go back and forth. From the National Weather Service, one more look at your forecast in detail. Well, there's our thunderstorm, but forecast, yeah, a little bit of rain this afternoon is a possibility. It's about a 60% chance of precipitation. So we could just get rain, but we could get some late afternoon thunderstorms at a high of 85. It's also going to be a little on the breezy side as this cold front rolls in. Chance of rain tonight goes down to just 20%. We can live with that. 57 for the overnight low. Still breezy tonight. Thursday, lots of sunshine, but considerably cooler. High of only 75. Windy pretty much all day Thursday. The winds will eventually decrease in the overnight hours Thursday night and Friday, and then we go right back up again. Lots of sunshine Friday and a high of 82 to 87 on Saturday. Very pleasant indeed. Slightly cooler on Sunday. We're going to see a couple more clouds perhaps on Sunday than on Saturday. And then we welcome July. July is Monday with lots of sunshine, beautiful weather, and a high of about 80 degrees. But again, a little bit of rain is possible this afternoon. Rain we need, lightning we don't. That's the forecast. Going to take a break. When we come back, the news, and there's a lot of it. You're watching a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel. The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCW Live Channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
9 minutes after the hour, 61 degrees. Clouds are starting to thicken up. We could get a little afternoon rain, maybe even a pop-up thunderstorm. Best chance for a thunderstorm is going to be up in the Omak, Okanagan area, and maybe perhaps in the Methow Valley. The East Cascades SWAT team, and you probably know about this story by now because it set off the EAS alert. They surrounded a small multi-family apartment complex in Aniat on Tuesday. Seth Bueller is the chief of patrol for the Chelan County Sheriff's Office. He said the team responded at about 11 o'clock yesterday morning to reports of a 32-year-old Wenatchee man who was suffering a mental health crisis at his parents' home, and he had armed himself with a rifle. The man's parent was able to leave safely, but sheriff's deputies said they were unable to make contact with the man to ask him to surrender. Highway 97A through Aniat shut down by the police for several hours. Our tower cameras recorded an officer setting off a flashbang device. The man was in custody by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Police say he is barred from possessing firearms from a previous criminal conviction may face unlawful weapons charges as a result. Wenatchee's Mental Health Crisis Center is going to have to submit to unannounced inspections as part of a state sanction against the company that owns Parkside. The Parkside Crisis Stabilization Unit will undergo 3 surprise inspections by the State Department of Health over the next year. The action stems from deficiencies in an addiction treatment center in Spokane that's owned by American Behavioral Health Systems, which also owns and operates Parkside. State investigators in 2022 found the Spokane Center mishandled the cases of at least 12 substance abuse patients. Now, Parkside is not charged with any such deficiencies, and the surprise inspections will cease if the first 2 inspections find no issues. The Wenatchee facility has beds for 24 clients suffering from mental health crises. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is searching for a new director. James Pumphrey, who joined the animal agency as executive director in December of 2022, left that post on June 21st. A press release Monday from the Humane Society did not give a reason for the departure, but it said that the nonprofit's board of directors will appoint an interim director by the end of this week. A memo to staff and shelter volunteers said board members, including board president Patrick Davidson, would be present at Humane's shelter on South Wenatchee Avenue to provide support during the search for a new full-time executive. The Humane Society, of course, is the main animal control and welfare agency for Chelan and Douglas counties. The board says it's committed to, and I'm quoting now, a smooth and positive transition, end quote. It could be a month before the city of Wenatchee officially selects its new police chief. City Administrator Laura Gloria tells us that the choice between the city's 3 candidates should be finalized by the end of July. Police Chief Steve Crown retired from the agency in mid-June after 8 years in leadership. Mayor Mike Poyer announced the field of 3 finalists for the job. He announced that back in May. They are current Wenatchee Police Captains Brian Chance and Edgar Reinfeld, and the former chief of the Denton, Texas Police Department, Doug Shoemaker. All 3 underwent a vetting process, including a meet and greet and a public input period back in early June. Whoever is picked for the role will oversee the Wenatchee police force of 45 sworn law enforcement officers. The Grand County Sheriff's Office is seeking animal cruelty charges against the owner of an abused horse. Back on June 19th, deputies learned of a 20 to 25-year-old gelding on a property in the 13,000 block of Road 10 Northeast. That's just north of Moses Lake. Horse was in very bad shape, visible physical ailments, no ready accessible food supply. On June 20th, deputies used a warrant. They seized the horse, took it to a veterinarian. The veterinarian determined the horse had been neglected for a long time, and due to the malnourishment and the inability of the horse to support its own weight, the horse was euthanized. The Sheriff's Office says deputies have recommended that the Grant County Prosecuting Attorney's Office seek first-degree animal cruelty charges against the horse's owner. A pair of murals commemorating a major Washington legal case will soon have a home in a Chelan County courtroom. On Wednesday, District Judge John Volan will receive the murals from the Washington Courts Historical Society. They'll be temporarily displayed in courtroom number 2. That is where Judge Volan presides. Volan says one of the murals by California artist Daniel Galvez depicts the case of Elsie Parrish, a housekeeper at Wenatchee's Cascadian Hotel whose landmark 1935 lawsuit legalized the minimum wage.
They commissioned some artwork. It's 2 murals, and they reference 6 or 8 of the landmark Washington appellate court cases in Washington history. I'm proud to say that one of those cases comes here from Wenatchee, was heard here in Chelan County from my courtroom in 1935. And it was a local resident who cleaned rooms, and she had a contract to be paid at a certain hourly wage. And then FDR, as part of his New Deal package, set minimum wage at a new rate, and it was higher. So she sued for the new minimum wage, and the hotel said, no, you have a contract, we're just going to pay you at that. There was a trial here. It went up to the Court of Appeals and then to the Supreme Court, and then ultimately to the United States Supreme Court. It wasn't expected, but a Supreme Court judge switched sides and voted to uphold the FDR new minimum wage. And that began the flow of New Deal legislation that was so pivotal for the United States after the Great Depression and leading into World War II. And so one of those cases in this historical artwork that was commissioned is that case. It was initially commissioned for the state Supreme Court, but instead they've decided to go around and bring this artwork to the courthouses where these cases came from. And so ours is going to be, to my knowledge, the first one. So it's going to be displayed here on a temporary basis. I think it's something like 6 months. And I'm immensely proud to be able to display that and be a part of that and to sort of represent that history and legacy.
And the owners of the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory in Leavenworth have retired. Good for them. And opening in its place is Leavenworth Chocolates, where brothers Chase and Tibor Lack plan to keep the chocolatier spirit alive and well in the Bavarian Village. Your very own Casey Stafford caught up with the co-owner, Chase, to get all the details.
Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory is no more, and Leavenworth Chocolates is now officially up and running. Tell us a bit about how you caught wind of the opportunity to take over the business here.
Yeah, so I'm actually a full-time real estate agent here in town with Mike West of Leavenworth Realty, and I know the owners, the old owners of Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. And so I heard that they were going to retire, so my brother and I decided to just write them an offer to take over their space.
Wow. So tell us about the decision to rename the business and kind of start anew versus continue that on.
There's a lot of restrictions when you have a franchise, and we wanted to focus more on a little bit of local business in town and bring in some of those products and make some of our stuff in-house, and we just couldn't do that with the franchise.
All right. So are you native to this Bavarian town here?
Born and raised in Leavenworth. Family's been in retail for over 40 years and in downtown. And so we took a year off this last year after my dad retired, but now we're coming back and going to be here for a while.
Great. So what does it mean to you to be part of the local business community here so directly with your own business?
It means a lot. You know, I grew up in it, my family's been in it for a long time, but I never really had something that was like my own. I always had the family there, so now it means a lot. The pressure's on my shoulders, but it's good to be back.
All right, so you officially opened on June 8th. Tell us how things have been since you opened, and have you received like a lot of support from other local business owners?
A lot of support from a lot of the locals. Yeah, a lot of people are coming in. People text or call me, say they're going to stop in eventually. A lot of support from the business owners too. They're super supportive. Nice, big community.
Great. So last but not least, is there anything that has changed that our viewers should know about? Any new desserts, any that you don't have anymore? What should they expect?
What do you think about that? Oh, we're going to bring in some candies and some cotton candy and some more bulk items, so good grab-and-go items for kids and families and that kind of stuff.
Perfect. So is there anything that the old chocolate shop had that you're not going to continue carrying here?
Not that I can think of. Yeah, we're still going to try to continue a lot of everything that they had.
Great. So is there anything that you'd like to tell viewers about your hopes for Leavenworth Chocolates becoming a staple in the community?
I hope to create a spot that's great for all of our tourists and all our visitors, but also a good spot for the local kids to call their own, so that they have a place where they can feel like they can come and get some candy and hang out for a little while.
Now I'm hungry. And that is the news on this Wednesday morning. We will keep you informed on what the heck is going on around here, because we have a news team whose job it is to tell you what the heck is going on around here. The news at 5, 6, and 10, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television. If you don't consume television in the traditional way, don't worry about it. As long as you have access to the internet, I'm pretty sure you do, you can watch the news up and running on our Facebook page, our homepage at ncwlife.com, our YouTube page. We got X, we got Instagram. We have an app, we have a song in our heart, we got it all. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, that's how you go about doing it right there. And send us a news tip if something out there warrants our attention. We'd love to hear from you. News at ncwlife.com. Apple Sox win a big game last night, and the Mariners played. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. no matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
It's Click It RV's lowest price guarantee sale going on now at your neighborhood Click It RV.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
With 0 down and no payments till October, now is the time to own your dream RV.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro?
Get never before deep discounts on trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and motorhomes. Plus the best selection, highest trade-in values ever, and a lifetime warranty. Nobody beats the discounts at Click It RV.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
On Frontage Road.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with this great offer on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo, and a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get the Sidekick now for 0 down, 0% APR for 36 months or save $1,000.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Tour moseslake.com and start your adventure today.
22 minutes after the hour, Yandy Diaz set the tone. He hit the very first pitch that Louis Castillo threw over the fence. And after that, it was kind of all downhill from there. The Rays cruising to an 11-3 victory over the Mariners last night. The AL West leading Mariners dropped to 2-6 on their 9-game road trip.
Automotive Group.
First pitch and a long one. Down that left field line. Is it fair? That is a fair ball, and that baby's gone.
Two-seam fastball, middle in, and boy, does he turn and burn. Yandy Diaz will do that every once in a while. And Dwayne, you talk about his hitting streak, which is now at 17. The on-base streak is now at 18. On base at 27. The extra base hits here in the last week have started to come for Yandy.
Mr. First Pitch has just hit one out
against the Rays and just had no problem popping that thing into the zone over and over.
Base hit the other way off the bat of Siri. They're going to send Palacios to the plate, and he is safe. He got it with the hand ahead of the throw, and the Rays lead 2-0.
Well, high fly ball, deep left field. Fellas looking up and boom, bye. We get a tie ball game. Ty France, everybody. Ty France, 2-hit night. Home run number 8. RBIs 28 and 29. Welcome sight. Barreled that baby up beautifully. Ty France, first time he's homered since May 31.
And a liner into right field. Canzone on the run, dives, can't get there. That's going to roll all the way to the bottom of the wall. Palacios has scored. Siri on his way to the plate. No play there. All the way to third goes Walls, and the Rays take a 4-2 lead.
Boy, I understand trying to make a play for your pitcher, but Canzone was never going to get to that ball. And by diving, you just guaranteed it was going to clear the bases and get Walls to third base. Credit him for a great swing.
And there's a shot into deep right center. Canzone looking up. That baby's gone. Home run.
Four-seam fastball, climbing the ladder. He beats the pitch to the zone, gets it out. That ball was letter high.
Ben Rortvedt belts his third home run of the year, and what a blast that was.
Hits this one hard, deep to left, and it is gone. Back-to-back nights, home runs for Mitch Garver. Well, the Garv, his 10th home run. He becomes the second Mariner this season in double figures in the home run total. Cal Raleigh leads in that category with 13. A much-needed, energizing moment here for the ball club at 6-3 Tampa Bay.
3-2 and a ground ball through the middle. Base it into center. Here comes Josh Lowe, and the Rays turn the walk into a run batted in for Richie Palacios.
Another walk, another run.
Yep.
I mean, they.
Ground ball going to go through the left side. Palacio scores. Here comes Siri. He's going to score. Walsh to third. 2 more runs batted in for Rortvedt.
Boy, coming alive here the last couple of innings, and a nice job again by Rortvedt. You know, we've talked about his big hits. We've talked about the hits that drive in runs late in games. He's been using the other side of the field. This ball right here, Luke Raley charging it. It's going to get in and out of that glove.
And a high shot deep to left, all the way back. But baby's out of here. 2-run home run for Paredes.
Well, trying to get that breaking ball to the outer part of the plate. It stayed in the middle, and a Paredes special. Cover the plate, get the barrel through the zone, and get that ball over the fence to left field.
Ishak Paredes hitting number 12. And the Rays are in double figures in the run department.
And most of the time, you're only going to see Uceda one time.
And a towering fly ball. Siri making the call in center field. And the Rays win it.
So the Mariners lost, and they got more bad news. Brian Wu was placed on the 15-day DL. He's got a strained right hamstring. I think we all know how painful that could be. Mariners conclude their road trip. It's 9:10 this morning. Breakfast with the Mariners. George Kirby will take on Ryan Papoy. So where are we in the standings? Well, after the Mariners lose and the Astros win, the Mariners lead over Houston in the AL West is now 4.5 games after the Stros beat the Rockies, but the Rangers lost. The Brewers beat them 3-1, so we have a 6.5 game lead over the Rangers, and the Angels beat the Athletics 7-5. Closer to the big city, the Wenatchee Apple Sox earned their 3rd straight win with a 7-5 victory over the Kelowna Falcons last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Jonathan Fitz broke a 4-4 tie with a 2 RBI base hit in the 6th for his first of a couple of hits. Cannon Peary led all Apple Sox players to 3 RBIs. The voice of the Apple Sox, Storm Joel Norman, has the wrap.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox earned their 7th consecutive victory against a North Division opponent as they earned a 7-5 win against Kelowna on Tuesday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The Apple Sox had to deal with an early deficit as they trailed 1-0 after the top of the first inning. They would go back and forth with the Falcons over the first few frames, and it would be a 4-4 score until the 6th inning when Jonathan Fitz delivered a 2-out, 2 RBI single to put Wenatchee in the front for good. Braden Boyd was terrific for the Apple Sox in relief. He came on in the 4th inning and would go 4 1/3 innings, only surrendered 1 run, and struck out 4 men to pick up the victory. Wenatchee looks to earn its 3rd sweep of the summer as it faces Kelowna again on Wednesday night at 6:35 p.m. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Thank you, Joel. As Joel already mentioned, one more game tonight with Garrett Ahern making his first start of the summer for the Apple Sox. They got Thursday off, and then they wrap up the first half of the regular season with 3 games in Bellingham against the Bells. To the scoreboard we go from our friends at Les Schwab. Our lead over Bellingham is now 2.5 games, but Edmonton is right behind us. Again, there's just 4 more games left in the first half of the regular season, and if Wenatchee wins the first half, they punch their ticket to the playoffs. Edmonton is now just half a game back. They beat Bellingham 2-1. Nanaimo over Kamloops 8-1. Bend beat Ridgefield 10-4. Springfield crushed Walla Walla 17-5 as Corvallis over Cowlitz 4-3. And Portland knocked off the Pippins 15-2. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. On this 26th day of June, happy Independence Day for you folks in Madagascar. A lot of folks watch the show online down in Madagascar. I wanted to wish you a happy Independence Day. Happy Flag Day also to our friends in Romania. Not as popular in Romania as we are in Madagascar. It's National Chocolate Pudding Day, National Beautician's Day. We're not doing any of those. No, we're going to put the lime in the coconut and drink it both together. Put the lime in the coconut and you feel better. And now we have to pay mechanical royalties. It is National Coconut Day. 20 billion coconuts are grown every year. That's a lot of coconuts. They're using research right now to see if coconuts can be used as an anti-aging cosmetic formula. There's also research going on whether chemicals found in coconuts can be used in hair growth. I don't have to worry about that. Not yet. Coconut water is 94% water. Didn't know that. A coconut tree, a good, healthy, full-grown coconut tree, could crank out about 180 coconuts. That's a lot of coconuts. Coconut husk can be burnt and then used as a mosquito repellent. That's good news. And here's something that'll blow your mind. Falling coconuts kill about 150 people every year. That's 10 times more than people who are killed by sharks. So you are 10 times more likely to be killed by a falling coconut than a shark. Happy National Coconut Day. Grant Olson loves coconuts, can't get enough of them. Today in history, one of the best short stories ever written. It's probably number 2 on my list of short stories. To Build a Fire by Jack London is number 1. But The Lottery by Shirley Jackson was first published in the New Yorker magazine, and a lot of people did not like this book at all. The New Yorker had a bunch of people cancel their subscriptions. They got a hate mail. You know, it's not a comedy by any stretch of the imagination, but it might be the most famous short story in the history of American literature. I'm not going to tell you what the book is about. You'll just have to read it. And I'm not going to tell you the ending because it's pretty, well, I'm not going to tell you. Just read it. Shirley Jackson's The Lottery, first published on this date 76 years ago today. Happy 50th birthday to the Universal Product Code, and this is the actual moment it happened. The UPC code is scanned for the very first time. A package of Wrigley's chewing gum at the Marsh Supermarket in Troy, Ohio. By the way, that gum is on display at the Smithsonian. So this was 50 years ago. My guess is the gum is no longer consumable, but there it is, the very moment. Boop. You know, in the old days when they had the cashiers, and I certainly remember this, you know, they would manually ring up the price of each item as they went through the line there, and you could see them do it. Of course, you could still see it, but, you know, it's, I don't know. I kind of miss the old. What do I know? Happy 50th birthday to the UPC. 47 years ago today at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, which no longer exists, Elvis delivered his final concert. Of course, Elvis no longer exists anyway. June 26, 1977. There is a plaque and a statue outside where Market Square Arena used to be. They tore it down a number of years ago. Elvis Presley would never perform in public again. The last song he ever sang in his last concert was his always popular encore, Can't Help Falling in Love. And finally, 9 years ago today, it's legal. The United States Supreme Court, in the case of Oberhell v. Hodges, rules that same-sex couples have a constitutional right to get married under the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. It was about damn time. And finally, birthdays. The man who fired the very first shot in defense of Fort Sumter, played a huge role in the Battle of Gettysburg, moved to San Francisco, obtained a patent on the cable car railway that still runs in San Francisco, and on a summer's day in 1839 in Cooperstown, New York, did not invent the game of baseball, Abner Doubleday. Most people associate him as the guy who invented baseball. Of course, he did not. We know that by now. He had nothing to do with baseball, as a matter of fact, but it's one of those, you know, if he's going to be known as anything, it'd probably be as a great Civil War general, but anyway. Abner Doubleday, born in the state in 1819. Paul Castellano, the godfather of the Gambino crime family, born in the state in 1915. He ran the Gambino crime family from the mid-70s to the mid-80s, and then one day in December of 1985, he and his bodyguard went to have a steak dinner in Midtown Manhattan, and John Gotti decided that Paul Castellano should no longer be the godfather of the Gambino crime family. I think you know how this one is going to end. Happy 54th birthday to Nick Offerman. My favorite kid, I don't know, he and Chris Pratt were both just hilarious in Parks and Recreation. Of course, he was in Fargo and a bunch of other shows as well. Nick Offerman, he is 54 years old today. And happy 50th birthday to the captain, Derek Jeter, the all-time Yankee leader in hits, doubles, games played, stolen bases, times on base, plate appearances, at-bats, 14 All-Star selections, 5 World Championship rings, and the Baseball Hall of Fame. Derek Jeter is 50 years old today. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, and platinum's a pretty rare metal, that's what I'm told. That would be Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. We love them. We also love our friends at Pool to Spa Services, celebrating a milestone anniversary this year. I think it's 35 years in business. You can't stay in business 35 years unless you know what you're doing, and they know what they're doing. at Pool to Spa Services, and special thanks to Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Mike Magnotti has got an opinion, but don't change the channel because Austin Andrade will be joining me. What do you mean? Hockey talk in June? The Wenatchee Wild's second season in the WHL is not too far away, and the schedule came out yesterday. We'll preview some of the games you might want to go with Austin Andrade when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Sangster Motors has the hottest lineup of GMC vehicles in years. From the top-selling Sierra pickups to the all-new Canyon midsize, Sangster has you covered. Add the luxury of a new Yukon or the outrageous new Hummer Electric, and you have it all right here at Sangster Motors.
Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. Or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
Founders Day in Kashmir is wrapped up in one big fun-filled day, Saturday, June 29th. Bring the family and enjoy all that Founders Day has to offer. Don't miss the Family Fun Fair, Artisan and Craft booths, the Salmon Release, the Ping Pong Ball Drop, the Classic Car Show, and the Grand Parade. There'll be a 2-day pickleball tournament, a beer and cider garden, and food trucks to satisfy your hunger.
Please support our businesses during Founders Day.
The Kashmir Chamber of Commerce, promoting the businesses in Kashmir.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Hi, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently read a book about serious issues of domestic violence in our society. And now, this is an issue close to me. I've been dealing with domestic abuse issues as a cop and as a therapist for most of my adult life. And at one point, the author of this book stated that Republicans didn't care about abused women because they didn't vote for some funding for domestic abuse victims programs. No, whoa, wait a minute. Now, isn't it possible that the politicians who didn't vote for these programs simply didn't believe that federal funds should be spent in that manner, not because they hated women? To make a derogatory conclusion about any politician because they don't feel that money should be spent on what you think money should be spent on is part of the divisive logic that's detrimental to mature problem thinking. Now, I have worked to stop domestic violence against women for decades, and I don't think all proposed programs in this area should be paid for by the feds. What does that make me, a woman hater? Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Locatel cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting locatel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Of course, it's late June, the weather is warm, the days are long. Of course, we're going to talk hockey. I mean, why not, right? Because the schedule is out. The 2024-2025 Wenatchee Wild regular season schedule is out. Also, the exhibition schedule, which has been out for about a week. But those games don't count. We're talking about games that count. And joining me, making his very first appearance, by the way, on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's nice to meet you. I'm sorry, the name again?
Austin.
Austin
Droughty.
Droughty, yeah. Austin Droughty is joining me. How you doing, bud?
Good. How are you?
It's good to see you. You've been. I see you at the Apple Sox games all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You enjoying that?
Trying to catch a bunch of those and keep up on how the team's going. Say hi to Joel every once in a while.
Yeah, Joel's okay.
We get along.
Yeah, he's okay. No big deal. The schedule is out. Before we get into the nuts and bolts, we're going to show you a slide of all the home games because that's the ones that we want to talk about. But of course, now that we're in the Western Hockey League, you can go to Everett, go to the Tri-Cities. There is the home schedule, by the way. We'll bring that up. There's our good buddy Mike Bonnickson. Yay! There's
hey,
Mike.
Mike.
Thumbs up to Mike. We always like Mike. Talk about the scheduling process. Do all the general managers get together in a room and hash it all out? Talk about how that, or does the league just say, here's your schedule? Because you have to work around multi-purpose arenas like the Town Toyota Center, which hosts more than just hockey between September and April, and hopefully into early summer. So how does that whole process work out?
I know there are discussions between the general managers. I think some of those are done remotely, some of those are done in person, but I know there are discussions among the general managers. Hey, what dates are you traditionally at home? What dates do you want to make sure you're at home? What dates do you know you can't be at home? Do we need to get you on the road? But I believe the interconference, when we go out to Saskatchewan and Manitoba, or the teams from Alberta come in here, I believe that's done through the league, so they can take care of logistics and getting teams on a good path through whatever their road trip has to be, because most of those road trips will be a week and a half, 2 weeks long. So there probably needs to be some coordination from higher up to take care of that, and that's where the league comes in as far as the big ones go.
And we had the same scenario last year in the Western Hockey League. We had I think we played all of our non-division, the people who will be coming to town this year, those five teams, is that correct?
It'll be 5 teams again, yeah.
We did all of that in one trip, didn't we, last year?
Last year we had 6 road games, and we had 5 teams come in. But since it was Alberta, we were able to do 3 one weekend in November, and then 3 another weekend in February. But the road trips alternate each year between the Central Division and the East Division. So this year we're talking 5 teams in Saskatchewan, a team in Manitoba. That one's going to be tough to do split up like that. So we're going to do all of those in one shot coming up in end of January, beginning of February.
If every team had their druthers, everybody would play Friday and Saturday nights at home. It doesn't work that way. But we have a lot Friday and Saturday night home games. It seems more than we did last year. I'm not 100% sure, but we have a lot of home games on Friday and Saturday nights. None of those Tuesday or Wednesday games too much.
Well, last year the schedule came together a little bit later with the move to the WH, with Winnipeg moving to Wenatchee, changing conferences, changing a lot last year at the 11th hour. So there had to be some moving around and kind of take what you get. But this year we start in the WHL right away, part of the scheduling process from the beginning. So yeah, we're able to pick up, I think, 23 Friday and Saturday night dates and 8 Sunday games as well, which were really good for us last year. A lot of above average crowds on Sunday afternoons, and
well, it's the perfect time. They drop the puck at 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoons, which for a lot of people works perfectly into their schedule.
It does. You're able to get home and have dinner at a decent time. The kids are able to get homework done before they go to bed. But at the same time, you're able to still have a little bit of afternoon, get some stuff done before you head to the rink, and hopefully catch us winning a hockey game that day. So 4:05 works out pretty well for the schedules, and I think it's been really well received by our fans. Obviously, the numbers seem to bear that out too.
The Friday games will be, I think, at 7 o'clock, and then the Saturdays 6:30, something like that.
6 o'clock, yeah.
6 o'clock. So that also is good. So you can have a great Saturday night at the arena and still go out and enjoy Wenatchee's vibrant nightlife after the game on Saturday night.
That's a move that a lot of teams have started doing here. I think within the last 10 years or so, is moving those Saturday games up, usually to about 6 o'clock, for just that reason. It's late enough that you're still able to have the full day before you go out to the game, but at the same time, you're able to work that into a nice long evening of having fun and going out and enjoying your Saturday night. But we're able to move that up and still be able to be a part of that, rather than it's 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm going to go home.
At 5 of the first 6 games of the Wild season at home. That's kind of cool. So I think we're looking at getting off to a pretty quick start.
Hoping to get off to a pretty quick start. There 5 of the first 6 will be at home. We've got a nice long homestand in November as well. We'll have 6 games in a row in November at home. 3 of those will be against teams from Alberta that haven't been here before. We traveled there last year. So we'll be off to a pretty good start. You can see the schedule there.
Yeah, well, we
screen.
have it up there. And once again, thumbs up to Mike Bonnickson, our good buddy Mike. Eddie, what games jump out at you here that you people should actually circle on their calendars, because we're getting ready to sell season tickets and that kind of stuff? Any particular games that you can't wait to call?
Well, we'll start with Seattle. That'll be the first one of the season. We're already getting some really good response for that one on Saturday, the 21st of September. Friday, the 18th of October, you notice Kelowna's there. That'll be a playoff rematch from a year ago. But then you start seeing some teams that we haven't seen in town before. The 2nd of November against Edmonton, the 8th against Red Deer, 16th against Calgary. So you're going to see some new teams here. One team that we will not see this year, we'll have to wait until next year, but it'll be neat in year 3 to have another new team to introduce to the fans, is Swift Current.
Okay.
With the move to Wenatchee, that left space in the East Division for them to move back over. But the timing of the move made it hard to do at the very end. So they played in the Central Division one more year. This year they've moved back over to the East Division, which means we travel up there again. So we'll have one more year up there. They'll be part of that long road trip in February, and then we'll see them probably in town sometime next season.
The Wild moved, of course, as you know, and they're now part of the Western Hockey League. So is the league pretty stable now? I mean, is there any talk of expansion or any other teams maybe relocating, or is this going to be the league now for the foreseeable future?
Right now, this is the league. We've got 22 great ownership groups, very committed. They put in a lot of resources to make things the best they can be for the players and the staff and their fans all across the league. So this is, I think things are going to be pretty stable. I don't see anybody dropping out, probably not expansion. The WHL is the biggest of the 3 Canadian Hockey League circuits. So I don't see any expansion, but I don't see any relocation. I know there have been some rumors. A story popped up yesterday up in Prince George that somebody wanted to buy them out and move them to Chilliwack, I think. But I know there was a statement that came out last night. I'm not sure. There's more details there than I can wrap my head around, so I won't worry about that.
It's just a rumor. We don't do rumors around here.
Rumors and innuendo. No.
Yeah, no, innuendo we do. We have no problem with that. Come on.
But no, it's a pretty stable circuit. We've got 22 teams that I think will be around for the long haul. We're looking forward to seeing them for a long time.
As always, 34 home games, 34 road games. There is no such thing as a non-league game. They won't play the Dub C Fish Sticks or the West Coast All-Stars. That doesn't exist in the Western Hockey League. Promotional nights. Some of them people just, every year, Guns N' Hoses, I'm going. Hockey Fights Cancer, I'm going. Austin Andrade Night, I'm going. Some of the promotional dates been picked for some of the bigger promotions that you do every year?
Some of the promotional dates have been, actually most of the promotional dates have been picked. We're still working out a lot of the details, but if you go to our website, you click on the 2024-25 promotional schedule, you'll see some of those themes laid out for you and what dates we picked for those. But Guns N' Hoses is back, Hockey Fights Cancer will be back. Military Appreciation Night, we always do David's Camp Out the week before, and then the Jersey Auction that night. That one will be back as well. And we've got our fantastic Fan Alley. That'll be our last home game. Our 509 night, we celebrate the business community here in...
Isn't that usually opening night?
That's opening night. That's back again this year. And our More Cowbell giveaway for our second home game of the year, that'll be back this year as well. So we're looking at 6, potentially 8, especially big nights in a schedule that we're really looking forward to. We had 3,000 a game last year, and we've got an even more favorable schedule this year. So our goal is to bump that up even higher this season.
Austin sent me a cryptic text yesterday. Big announcement on Monday. Big announcement on Monday. You can't say anything then until Monday. Okay, but I'm looking for something big on Monday. He's really being tight-lipped now. You should have worked for the CIA. To whet your appetite, by the way, folks, for Wenatchee Wild Hockey, we're going to be airing some Wenatchee Wild Hockey this summer. It'll just make you feel cool. I believe we have that visual element, as we like to call it in the business, ready to throw up. Do we have that ready to go there, Jim? There it is, Hockey in July. These are all games from last year, of course, featuring the mellifluous voice of Austin Andrade. Talk about any of these games that you see there. Now, you know all of them because you called all of them. What are the ones that people really want to watch because they were just so entertaining or something like that?
Well, the first one that's on there is the home opener against Portland. That was a especially fun one to call. That was a comeback from an early lead for the Winterhawks. We come back and get it tied up. And then Landon Young, who only scored 1 goal last year, but it was his first WHL goal. That was the game winner that night in a 6-5 win. So the one I'd look forward to the most is probably the first one on the schedule, but you look at some of those games. Prince George was a tough nut to crack last year. They ended up winning the BC division. You look at Spokane. We had some great rivalries with Spokane last year, and you look at that game on the 14th against Kelowna. That was a playoff preview, so there's a lot to look forward to, hopefully to keep you nice and cool in the hot summer days ahead.
And he didn't mention the game that they played against Brandon. That was a blowout because Brandon was just some guy named Brandon. So it was like 6-on-1. I think we won that one. That's incorrect, isn't it? Stanley Cup, boy, that was entertaining as all get out.
That was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch. It was one of the highest rated final games, a 2-1 victory, with the Panthers winning their first cup from Lord Stanley over Edmonton. So Canada's streak is now at 31 straight seasons without winning the Stanley Cup. But that whole series brought a whole bunch of new folks into the NHL orbit and into the hockey fan orbit, don't you think?
It really did. To see a new team like Florida win the Stanley Cup, bring that home to South Beach for the first time. You had Edmonton really coming within a whisker of breaking that long streak, and a star in the sport like Connor McDavid close to winning that Stanley Cup in Canada. You had a team that battled back from down 3-0 and really looked like they had a good shot to win Game 7. And then you had an excellent Game 7 to go with it. So there was a lot to look forward to, a lot worth looking back on when it comes to the Stanley Cup Finals this year. And it was entertaining hockey to say the very least, and an entertaining way that series wound up coming out with a 3-0 lead that turned into a Game 7.
Tickets for the 34 home games. Season tickets on sale now. Let's wrap it up with I'm in. I want to go to see game here, or just the whole season ticket thing? Walk me through that.
So season tickets still on sale. You can get those in person in the office or by phone. You can also get single game tickets for the home opener. Those are on sale now for September 21st against Seattle. The single game tickets for the rest of the season aren't on sale yet. We'll have more details on that in the coming weeks. But you can still commit to games with our 3-game packs. So we can't nail down a seat for you, but you can say, hey, I want to go to this game and this game in addition to the home opener. We can commit you to a seat. We just can't get you fully into that seat until those go on sale, but we can commit you to that game and worry about exactly which chair we'll put you in a little later.
There you go. Austin Drade, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild. It's nice meeting you, by the way.
It's good to meet you.
Yeah, yeah. When we come back, the weather forecast. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Headaches, neck or back pain? Been injured in a car accident, a work injury, or fall? Studies show that whiplash causes pain year after year. Your neck is supposed to be curved and acts like a spring to absorb shock, but when it's damaged, it straightens or reverses, and this causes headaches and pain. The solution is our specialized comprehensive combination care. You need our team of professionals who will address every point of your injury with very specific equipment and skill. Stop by Wenatchee or Leavenworth for a free consultation.
Downtown Wenatchee, something for everyone.
Watermill Winery Tasting Room has become a very popular downtown venue. Their wine club offers spectacular value at affordable prices. Watermill, open daily across from the convention center. The 108 is known for their amazing craft cocktails and happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. Next to Walkabout Grill on Wenatchee Avenue.
Downtown Wenatchee, it's all here.
Yippee skippy! Summer is officially here in the Wenatchee Valley, and Collins Fashions has what you need for all your summer activities. Cool sundresses, special occasion dresses, capris, skirts, shorts, tanks, tees, sandals, and tinnies. Great brands such as Tommy Bahama, Tribal, David Klein, Habitat, etc., etc. Collins is a full-service Brighton headquarters. You can receive a Brighton beach towel with the purchase of $125 this month. Our stylists will assist you with your needs head to toe. Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Lake Chelan Sports is the place to find top brands like Hoka, Ons, Patagonia, and now a full line of Warrior products. With excellent customer service, Lake Chelan Sports has what you need.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
And them clouds look a little ominous, don't they? I don't like that. They do. Is this kind of, you're from Iowa. You don't miss the tornadoes much, do you?
I prefer no tornadoes, yeah.
Yeah, same here. With their forecast, staff meteorologist Austin Drade. Go at it, my friend.
Showers likely, thunderstorms possible after 11. We'll have sunny, partly sunny skies after that. Highs in the mid-80s. Maybe a chance of showers and thunderstorms early evening tonight. Might mess with first pitch baseball game, who knows. Low around 57, mostly sunny tomorrow, high near 75. I don't see a whole lot of rain on here after tonight. Partly cloudy, low in the mid-50s, and be a beautiful weekend to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Austin Drade, broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild. Our special congratulations on your promotion as staff meteorologist. By the way, we appreciate it. Nicely done.
I need a weather map behind me.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, you should. You should. I have to do the weather when Grant's gone. Grant took yesterday off. It was a milestone birthday for Grant, 71. So we took yesterday off, and I had to do the weather. I'm not very good at it. So at least I have the National Weather Service to help me out. Once again, season tickets for Wenatchee Wild Hockey are on sale now. Well, I'm sure we'll have our usual agreement with you and Gretchen and Bliss and the crew to be a part of the Wenatchee Wild family again upcoming, because people love those on Winning Wednesdays. They really do. And speaking of Winning Wednesday, don't forget we're giving away a $50 gift card to the Anvil Sandwich Company. Have you eaten down there? It's good food.
Still have it.
Oh, you should eat there. Good sandwiches. And they got good cookies too. $50 gift card from the Anvil Sandwich Company. Send me an email, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. Send me in your email. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on. Don't forget, employees of Local Telecommunications, solely on broadcasting in the Wenatchee Wild are not eligible. Sorry, Austin. You can enter more than once if you have more than one email address, but you can't enter it over and 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 over again on the same email address. It ticks me off. All right, and if you don't enter, you can't win. Austin, best of luck with the trial. I'll see you soon. And later.